You're listening to Greater Good Radio Hawaii. Please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. Today's guest is Lane Muraoka, President and CEO of Big City Diner Restaurants. Can you continue telling us about, through your life experience in the restaurant, how it made you be a better leader? And also, do you still go and get hands-on with your employees and, go in the field and try and figure out more efficient ways to do things?
I have a passion for cooking, and the thing is, as the company gets larger, it's harder for me to actually get in there and work in the kitchen. But just this morning, I was in the kitchen working with the guys. We got a little breakfast rush in our Kailua store, and it's good to see actually what happens, because that's where it all, with the customer perception, the customer guest satisfaction, that's where it all starts and ends, is through that front door. And if the guests aren't happy and their expectations aren't met, they won't come back. There's too many options in Hawaii and around everywhere you go, every city now. There's thousands of restaurants where you can eat at.
So when you first started the restaurant, did you go through any major challenges that made you want to quit at some time, and then you kind of pushed through it?
No.
No?
As far as quitting, never. I'm a stubborn person, and you gotta have that perseverance to go through. My chef, he fell ill when we opened, so within the first 30 days, he had diabetes, and with the stress of opening a new business, he survived off cigarettes and coffee for a while. And I was, chef, you gotta eat, take care of yourself, and unfortunately, he fell ill. So basically, I had to go take over the kitchen and run over the front at the same time. And I said, no ways, we're not gonna let this go, especially when you got friends and families, money's involved in that. And so I didn't take a paycheck for the first maybe 8 months or so.
So this is just your business. There's no partnerships.
No, there is.
Oh.
There is. We have one of my high school friends who owns a chemical company. He is a partner with us in our Kaimiki restaurant, and he helped us start going a local produce company. And I guess he's happy now, because we've grown, so we quadrupled the business for him that we bring him. And they've been very supportive, and they let me run the business. It's been very gratifying. And since then, each of the stores are different corporations, though. They're all independent of one another as legal entities, but all under the same umbrella, as far as I'm the majority shareholder in each of them.
So what would you say are the most important factors into keeping a really healthy partnership going?
Be honest with them. Give everything you got into the business, because there's a lot of businesses, small businesses, started every day, and there's businesses that close up every day. And I think you got to do your homework, and you got to have a plan to present to your potential partners. And as far as keeping them happy, because the way I tied it in, they're part of the business, because as our business grows, we have to buy more product from them.
So you planned it that way up front?
Yes, because they would reap benefits for that. We had one other partner, and she had a travel business, and she couldn't reap any benefits of our growth, waiting for dividends or anything. So eventually she put the money in as like a thing to get her daughter education, like high school education. So we were able to give her back some money, and the other two are part of our business. So as our business keeps on growing, their sales keep on growing with us also.
So how do you keep a hold on the back end part of it, accounting, legal, all the corporate side of the business, and then still handle the front side of it, customer service, management?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. We have my friend Robert Ichikawa. He's at Kobayashi Sugita law firm. So we have a lot of resources there. Our CPA has been with us from the beginning, Carrie Ann Kaya, and our office manager Nadine. She is my right, left arm, all in one. She ties down that whole admin staff, and that's an area where I'm not very well versed with as admin. Admin to us all these years has been one or two people, and now we've got 5 or 6 people up in the office, and now we're looking for an HR person and so on. So I'm learning that aspect of it. So that's been a challenge for us, because as far as day-to-day operations, we know that part of the business. It's just the back end, like you say, that has to keep up with the front part of our business, I guess.
Did you find that learning curve kind of steep when you first started? For the back end functions?
At the back end, not with one store, and not even with two stores, because Nadine, she took care of everything. She took care of all our licenses, our taxing. We had a CPA that did our taxes every year, so she didn't have to worry about that. But because we did a payroll in-house, we did our W-2s in-house, liquor license, she took care of all that kind of stuff, and accounts payable. We worked together in the past, and I take care of the front, the kitchen, and the service part of it, and she takes care of the back of the house, and it's been a wonderful team working with her.
And she's a friend, you said, right?
We used to work together in the Haleiwa restaurants owned by Bob Lee, which back then consisted of Steamers, seafood restaurant, Pizza Bob's in Haleiwa and Restaurant Row, Rosie's Cantina. And she worked in the office there. And then when we opened up Restaurant Row, she was assigned down to work in the office in Restaurant Row, and I was a general manager at Restaurant Row also. So we became closer at that time. And then when I went off to, I took a whole year off in '97, basically looking for not necessarily just Big City Diner. We had a Mexican concept, we had a sushi concept, we had a steakhouse concept. It was basically finding the right location, because when you're just starting off in this business, it's very there's a lot capital intensive. You need a lot of money to start a restaurant business, so we had to look for something that had infrastructure in place, and then figure out what would work best in that location.
Uh-huh. And it was just successful, and that's the reason why you just continued with the same theme through your different locations?
When we came up with the original concept of Big City Diner, one of my partners said we should just call it Kaimiki Soda Fountain or something, because it's of the area. And I said we had to have a bigger picture, and hard to locate something in Pearl Ridge and call it Kaimiki Soda Fountain. There are some companies that can do it, but for us, I wanted something that was marketable, that was catchy, and had a lot of nostalgic name behind it,
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.